readers, it's Sarah Altair, and this is Write a Killer Mystery. And today I want to talk about a great way to keep the last part of your middle from sagging, and that is the second pinch point in your story. First, I want to thank my supporters on Patreon for their continued support of this video series and my mystery writing. And if you'd like to join us, there's a link in the description below. Okay, the second pinch point. Let's talk about how to approach it and what to do about it. It's a key method to perk up the last part of your middle and keep it from sagging. And you're going to sustain your reader's interest and keep them reading until that final reveal. I don't know about you, but I know that I have found for a number of books, this is just about the point where I lose interest. And having a second pinch point that's significant for your sleuth will really make a difference in how your readers keep going. What it does is it builds anticipation and raises the tension in your story, so readers want to keep turning those pages. And also you can introduce new clues or information which changes the whole story around and sets your detective once again on a new discovery path. And also, it's a great place to develop your sleuth's internal conflict. There is something that they've been struggling with throughout your story so far, and now something even more important builds up that internal conflict and they have to deal with it. So what you want to do is just ensure that that second pinch point propels your reader on to continue to read your story rather than putting your story down and going, okay, well, and because what you want is to keep your reader's interest in your mystery, so they want to keep reading. And so let's talk about some possible scenarios for developing that pinch point. One is surprise discovery of crucial evidence, something that's been missing in the story so far, and all of a sudden there's something completely new. Your protagonist stumbles on a long-lost diary, a hidden compartment in an old desk, or previously unseen surveillance footage, and it changes the whole perspective of how they look at the story. And another is a confrontation with a suspect or an antagonist. So it's a dramatic point with an encounter between your protagonist and a key character in your story. And this confrontation can reveal hidden motives, or expose secrets, or escalate the tension to new heights. But essentially what it's doing is it's a bigger conflict that keeps your reader asking questions and gets them to keep reading. And then there's just an unexpected twist or turn of events. Maybe an ally turns out to be a foe, or an apparent victim is revealed to be actually the mastermind behind everything that's been going on so far. It's just a big change. And then another is the revelation of a hidden motive or a secret. This is a new way of your detective getting information, new information that gives them a completely different picture of what the puzzle is like that they're facing. and they have to rethink everything when they get this new information. So, by incorporating these possible scenarios at your second pinch point, you can really electrify your reader and keep them engaged in your story. Because the second pinch point role is creating a dynamic narrative shift. Something just changes, you're off in a new direction, and your reader's like, oh, wait, whoa, I thought all this that came before, was heading toward a certain conclusion, and now all of a sudden you brought in this new information, this new conflict, um, a new secret is revealed, and everything changes. And that is the biggest job of that second pinch point, is shifting the focus and redirecting that investigation your sleuth is conducting. Because up until this point, your protagonist may have followed a particular line of inquiry or faced insurmountable obstacles, and now everything changes yet once again. Remember, back at the midpoint, they re examine everything and start off in a new direction. And now there's new information, new conflict, new something that once again changes the perspective, and keeps your reader wondering, wait, now what? Now, who is really the villain here in this story? So you're deepening the mystery of your mystery, as it were. Um, at the same time, you're propelling your protagonist toward that big climax when they have the reveal. And it's setting the stage for the final showdown. And your protagonist and your reader may not know what this is yet, but in actuality, you are actually setting the stage for what's coming later in your story. Okay, so how can you do this? You can do this with a new revelation, a completely new revelation. It's like jaw dropping. It's like your detective is surprised, your reader is surprised, and you can expose a hidden motive, or a double cross, or reveal an unexpected connection between some of the characters in your story. Anyway, it's something brand new that changes everything. All right. And another way you can do this is to just intensify the conflict. This can happen, say, when you're writing a mystery that's focused on crime, and your detective is getting closer to the perpetrator, and now there's conflict that throws everything up in the air. The whole idea of the second pinch point is just change the direction of where your story's going, and what your reader is thinking about, how they think they know the answer to the question, but they don't. All right, here's brand new stuff that keeps them guessing and keeps them turning the pages. And another way you can do this is to present a pivotal choice for your protagonist. Introduce some kind of critical decision um, that forces them to confront their deepest fears, or their values, or their loyalties. And this is like, maybe they have to make a big moral choice in order to pursue the villain. They're going to have to do something that is against their principles. This can happen, all right? So you can apply these techniques to give that surprise to your reader and keep them involved in your story. Um, so you have the revelation, intensify the conflict, you uncover hidden agendas, you present a pivotal choice. These are all ways that you can intensify your story at that second pinch pinch point. Um, and I hope that helps because I don't know if you're like me, you've been reading along, there's mystery, and I know that for me, I usually don't put down a book. But if I find myself thinking about not finishing a story, it's usually right at this point, the middle of the third act of a four-act structure mystery, where I'm just like, okay, it feels kind of episodic and I'm losing interest. So, this is a great way, that second pinch point is to ramp things up and keep your reader engaged. All right, I hope that helps. And and if you have any questions about the second pinch point or anything else you want to talk about, I'm here to answer your questions about mystery writing. And I love to hear from you, what you think about this. And also, once again, I want to remind everyone that Audible is a sponsor for Write a Killer Mystery. And you can click the link in the description below to get a 30-day free trial to listen to mysteries and other stories, and there are all kinds of other things that Audible offers um, to enrich your life through listening. All right, thank you so much. Keep writing, and I will see you next time.